Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Now in ENC segment. We're diving into all things festivals here in Eastern North Carolina. We've been doing it all summer long here at WNCT, highlighting festivals and events happening in the area for you to check out and bringing on some special guests to help further those conversations about what those festivals will entail. So today we are joined by Dr. Anne Marie. She is the events director for MumFest in New Bern and the Swiss Bear. Thanks so much for joining us. MumFest is right around the corner, happening October 8th and 9th. So literally just next week. So we are super excited about this. And we were just chatting a little bit before we jumped on here that this has been going on for nearly 40 years, this festival, which is amazing to have a festival running that long here in Eastern North Carolina. So let's dive right into some of the amazing details about MumFest. For those who might not know what it is, could you give a little background to what MumFest is?
Of course. MumFest is an award-winning festival located in downtown New Bern. And for us, this festival is quite large. We have over 200 vendors that are participating in the festival, 30 of which are food vendors. And it's a really interesting wide array of vendors. Personally, my favorites are the artisans that bring in handmade arts and crafts. So you have people that are doing pottery, or they're making soap, or they're painting in watercolor, or they're sculpting in wood, or they're making handmade knives or forging steel. It's a very diverse and interesting festival that brings together all different kinds of artisans, both commercial and handmade, and things that are very, very beautiful that you can use in your homes, or things that you can buy for the holidays, and things that you'll look back over the years and say, oh yeah, I remember when I bought that. That was at MumFest. So it's been a really fun journey to be the person who gets to pick out all of these vendors and put together, a beautifully collected group of artisans and people that are happy to contribute to our festival. In addition to those over 200 vendors, we also have over 20 bands that are going to be participating in the festival. And something that is brand new this year is that we have changed the location of where the musical performances are, and we've added an additional stage. And we've also changed the location of our Miller Lite Beer Garden. So this year, the stages are going to be located. The first one is called the Pepsi stage, which naturally is by the Pepsi store on Middle Street next to our Elks building. There's a second stage that is right next to City Hall, which is in the Miller Lite Beer Garden. And that stage is going to be having some of our larger bands. And then what will happen is they'll just ping pong back and forth all day long. One band will finish, and then the second that they finish, another band will pop up on the other stage. So we're really getting much more entertainment. And of course, all of this entertainment is free. So that's really exciting too. We have other kinds of entertainment other than musicians. We have big national acts that we're bringing in from all over the country, one of which is the Pro Town BMX. So if you're into BMX, watching these guys fly through the air is just pretty extraordinary. Speaking of flying through the air, we also have the Flippin' Out trampoline show, who are flying through the air in a different way. And then we have a Dangerous Prodigy Circus, they are aerialists that are actually local performers that are going to be coming in as well. We have two dog shows, the Purina Dog Show, which people who are animal lovers really enjoy. And then of course our Canine Dog Show as well, that our New Bern Police Department is putting on. And all of this wouldn't be possible without our title sponsor, which is Riverside Auto Group. We're super grateful to them, as well as a North Carolina Education Lottery, Optimum, and some other sponsors that I will mention later on as we talk about the other two events that are happening throughout Mum Month.
Absolutely. And you spoke a little to some of the really awesome attractions that you guys are going to have, including, the BMX show and concert series. You guys are also going to have vendors and amusement rides for kids to check out. What else can people expect? Because this really is a family-friendly event for people to, take their kids. Like you said, the beer garden for adults. So there's really something for everybody. So for kids specifically, what can parents expect to bring their kids to?
That's a great question, Emily. There are so many things. It's hard to even begin. Of course, one of the favorite areas for the kids is the carnival area and all of the amusements. There are all kinds of rides. There's terrific food. Oh my gosh, of course, kids love to eat, and there is every kind of food that you can imagine. Out of our over 200 vendors, actually 30 of them are food vendors. So all along Broad Street and East Front Street and in Union Point Park, there are food vendors everywhere. Speaking of other family-friendly things, Union Point Park is a great place to take the kids because there are so many entertaining things that are going to be there for them to see. One of the ones that I really like for kids is there's a fossil dig. So there are actual fossils that are in this great big digging area, and the kids can get in there and kind of get their hands dirty and see what it would be like, you know, to find a rare fossil. And immediately adjacent to that, they're forging steel like they did in the medieval period. Next to that is aerialists. You know, there's just so many interesting things going on. The police department has their displays with motorcycles. Kids would want to see that. The fire department are going to have their fire trucks. They've got an entertaining area for kids next to the fire department where they can do hands-on activities. And it's kind of like a activity course that they can go through. Oh, there are so many things. And of course there are vendors that are specifically geared towards kids that you'll see all over the festival, but there's going to be a lot of fun for them.
That sounds awesome. And I know, you know, in looking back at past events, that last year for 2021, you guys had more than 70,000 people come and attend MumFest in New Bern, which is just, I mean, amazing to me that many people, you know, packing into New Bern to enjoy this beautiful festival. And, you know, it's really going to be all around New Bern. Tryon Palace is open and participating in this with some mums, as well as, you know, the streets will be lined with them as well for people to check out. So what are you guys expecting for turnout this year, now that, you know, the COVID-19 pandemic we're kind of on the, you know, the outskirts of that? So what are you guys expecting this year?
We hope to have 100,000. You know, that would be lovely. And I think because we have really amped up the festival again, because of COVID, we had to skinny it down a little bit. And we had to come up with a separate event in one year that we called MumFeast, which is still going to happen actually this year. It's just going to be later on in the month. It became so popular because it is more engaged with food and wine and art and outdoor musical performances. People enjoyed it so much that we decided, well, why don't we have both? We can have MumFest on October 8th and 9th, and then we can have MumFeast a little bit later on in the month. So we've actually decided to keep it, and it's all turning into a mum month, so to say.
It sounds like it. Yeah, I wanted to dive right into that. Like you said, you guys have MumFeast as well as MumFest and a concert event happening as well. That's going to be on October 14th. So like you said, it really is Mum Month in New Bern. So many events, so many things for people to check out. And we're going to have all of this listed below. But for people who maybe don't know what MumFeast is all about, can you give a quick little explanation to what people can expect for that?
MumFeast, which is on October 21st and 22nd, is a really different vibe than what we have during MumFest. It is more focused on food and wine and kind of jazzy music and art, fine art. And it's, in my mind, I think of it as a terrific opportunity for a date night. And this is just a different kind of event. It's also rolling together Art Walk, which is another major event that happens in downtown New Bern, and also Ghost Walk, which is a lot of fun. It's a very special event, and we're super grateful that Carolina East Health System is sponsoring MumFeast so we can keep that particular event on our calendar.
Absolutely. And jumping right into, because I know we were talking about it's MumFest, then the concert series, and then MumFeast. So who can people expect to listen to and check out for the concert series on the 14th?
So the WRNS concert on October 14th has a headliner who is just a terrific guy. He's a country singer named Jimmy Allen. If you haven't heard of him yet, he just won a CMA award for Best New Artist. He is just terrific. And we have VIP packages available for that event that put you front and center, that include unlimited food and beverages of all kinds, and private areas and tables and chairs and covered seating. It's really going to be a spectacular event. Of course, there's also premium seating, and there is GA seating. And if you aren't in VIP, we are going to have food vendors that are just fantastic. And if you get there around 4:30, you're going to see a couple of other acts besides Jimmy Allen. So it's really a spectacular lineup. We're going to be starting off with Paige King Johnson, and then we will have Justin West on the stage, and we'll be finishing up with George Birch. And then we'll move into Jimmy Allen. So it's going to be a really spectacular night. And we're very grateful for Bojangles for sponsoring us so we can put on this wonderful performance for our New Bern community.
Most definitely. Truly something for everybody to check out this month in New Bern festival-wise. So thank you so much, Ann Bird, for taking the time out of your day to jump on here and chat all things MumFest here in New Bern happening next weekend. I thank you so much for your time. And guys, all the information, all the details, events, and all the scheduled events, everything will be listed down below for y'all to check out, along with links to MumFest and all those good details. So thank you guys so much for watching another Now in ENC, and we will see you next time.